So this is the Redmi K20 running MIUI 12.5, and this isn't exactly a UI overhaul or anything, but there are a lot of new UI changes to talk about. Now the first thing I noticed is a new startup animation and sound. This is it, and yeah, it's fine. Secondly, the phone setup process has these really cool animating icons that I really like. Now when set up, the home screen and things like the control center and the notification shade haven't changed a lot, but I did notice some interesting changes. First up, there's a simple swipe gesture to move between the control center and the notification center. So I can just swipe from the notification shade to switch to the control center and swipe again to switch back. And I think this is a very useful gesture. Now next up, the settings page now has a dedicated wallpaper and personalization page that brings all the customization options in a single place. Kind of reminds me of Oxygen OS, but I like this. So there's wallpapers, which has the new super wallpapers that I will talk about in a bit. There's always on display settings, this new lock screen layout option which has these different formats. There's also icons which now has support for third-party icons, and that's amazing because we've been waiting for this in the MIUI launcher since a long time and it's here. Anyway, there are also these fingerprint animations, notification effects, font options, and then there are the sound options. There's ringtones, and while the ringtones haven't changed, these visual icons now look more detailed and crisp. There's also a notification sound option which now has different sounds from different countries, and yeah, that's cool. Now apart from the wallpaper and personalization page, MIUI 12.5 also has a new looking volume panel, as you can see, and the power menu has also changed, and this kind of reminds me of the power menu in Realme UI. Next up, you can now set the recent screen to have a horizontal UI, more in line with stock Android. As you can see, here's the option, and yeah, that's nice. The More page in the camera app also has this new cards-like UI which shows you the additional features visually. But yeah, you can go back to the plain old icons if you want to. The battery page in settings has been updated too. Here's the new battery page next to the old one. And as you can see, the battery usage stats are now present just below the battery saver options. And the automated tasks and scheduled power on off options have moved to the right page. Now apart from the UI changes, MIUI 12.5 makes a lot of system apps uninstallable or removable, and I think that's something I really appreciate. Now for example, you can uninstall the recorder app. As you can see, there's the uninstall button in MIUI 12.5 and there's only uninstall updates button in MIUI 12. Same with the FM radio app and more. Now there are apps that you can't just uninstall yet. I'm talking about themes, Xiaomi's music app, video app, services and feedback app, etc. Well, the good thing is you can now remove these apps. As you can see in the app drawer, MIUI 12.5 lets you remove these apps while MIUI 12 does not. Now I think this is a very good addition. In fact, if you look at this image from Xiaomi, it's clear that more custom skins should let us remove system apps easily, just like this. First off, there's the approximate location feature, which basically lets you share a not so exact location of yours to apps. For example, the weather app does not need to know your exact location. So as you can see, I can turn on the approximate location right here before I allow the location permission. Now apart from this, the privacy protection page is now better laid out with more options. There's a privacy awareness option which lets you see which apps are taking up the clipboard permission. And MIUI will also notify you when an app is using the clipboard, just like iOS. There's also an option to receive notifications when any app deletes your photos without your permission. There's also a protection page on the right which has these different options, like the option to select apps that can access your gallery and files, enable sharing photos without metadata, and more. For example, you can now save images as PDF from the gallery app itself. I mean, here's the option, I tap on it, and yeah, that's done. There's also a rename option and a recognize text option which wasn't present before, and I think these are handy new options. Apart from that, the gallery app has more filter categories, and that means, yeah, a lot more filters. There's food, travel, night, lilt, black and white, and fresh. Also, I can finally read the text of these categories, which is awesome. Now, along with the gallery app, the Notes app has new features too. There's mind map support. Now, for those who don't know, mind map is basically like a flowchart so that you have a more visual idea of the notes, your plans, etc. Now, this is a vague idea of how it looks like, and I think it's useful. Apart from this, the Notes app also has more drawing tools. There's a pencil, a pen, and a paintbrush, a highlighter, and more. And I like the fact that you can also use this to create shapes very easily. So say I'm using the pencil and I can just draw this and press hold to create a shape automatically. It's very awesome. MIUI 12 introduced super wallpapers, and yeah, they are super. I mean, I remember setting super wallpapers on my other non-Xiaomi phones. Now MIUI 12.5 brings some more cool super wallpapers. So there are 3 of them that I have on my phone. There's the new Snow Mountain super wallpaper that looks beautiful. I mean, the animation is cool. I like that the wallpaper changes colors depending on the time of the day. Then there's Geometry, which has these shapes and it looks really cool. Now my favorite is this faraway satin wallpaper. Now just look at it from the lock screen to the home screen. Yeah, that is cool, right? Now there are some more wallpapers showing Greece and Italy, but those don't work on the K28. Anyway, I've added the links to these super wallpapers in the description below so you can install it on your phone too. So system apps in MIUI 12.5 are set to use 22% less CPU, which means more for third-party apps and games. That will hopefully mean better performance. System apps are also set to drain your battery 15% less. And yeah, MIUI 12.5 also creates a dedicated thread to render gestures, which means the CPU will always give your gestures and your touch inputs more priority. Theoretically, it all sounds nice and the Redmi K20 with MIUI 12.5 is smooth and fast, but yeah, it's too early to judge. Lastly, MIUI 12.5 also brings MIUI Plus, which is basically Xiaomi's answer to Microsoft's Your Phone app. Now this will only work with Xiaomi laptops, but this will let you access your phone's notifications, messages, apps, and more on your laptop. So it sounds nice, but yeah, I'm yet to test it.